Hey everyone, here's
Hello.
Andrew. Surprise! We have a guest.
There you go.
Yep, everyone wanted to meet my son, so here he is.
All right. All right, Andrew, I have a question before we start anything.
Yeah.
What was the most difficult thing for you to deal with while you were away from home?
Probably missing the animals, honestly. And mom, of course.
You would have been smarter to say I missed mom's cooking. That would have been
Yeah, that too.
Remember, it's all calculated. You got to think about what you're saying, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
All
Does
right.
anyone have any questions for Andrew?
See you too.
I'm sure they do. I haven't been on here yet. Oh yeah, we're all saying hi. All right. While we're waiting for more questions, what was your hardest thing that you did while you were away? What was your most difficult thing?
It was probably during boot camp. Honestly, we had to do something called the confidence course, and I'm like kind of afraid of heights, so that was kind of terrible.
Okay.
One of the obstacles went up to like almost 80 feet in the air, so that was terrifying.
Okay. All right.
That was probably one of the hardest things through boot camp, was getting over a lot of fears.
Yeah.
And of course, being away from home and everything, that was kind of hard. So.
Right. Okay.
Do you like coffee too?
I do like coffee. I love it.
So I hear you drink a lot of protein shakes, huh?
Yeah. Mom bought me like 4 containers of protein.
What's your favorite kind?
Like flavor wise?
Yeah.
I've had a lot. So mainly I like the vanilla one. That's my favorite one I've had.
Okay. All right. Well, the answer is important, in case some gets shipped to you. So, you want to give the right thing. So.
Did you have to go into the gas chamber, Andrew?
I did. That sucked. Getting tear gassed voluntold was not the greatest.
Have you heard what might happen to the people who refuse the arm candy?
There, as far as I know, it's honorable discharge. They put that in place, I believe, a couple of weeks ago, that you'll get an honorable discharge rather than a dishonorable or other than honorable.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So.
Well, that's good, actually, considering. Oh.
April would like to know if you got any side effects.
My arm was just hurting really bad. It felt like I had a golf ball in my arm for like 2 days, 3 days. And I slept for like 16 hours after getting the shot. So that sucked.
No. Actually, if you, Adelia, if you didn't hear, I got medical exemption. So no, you don't have to shave for basic training anymore.
No, it's not that. I just decided to grow it out before I have to go back to Knoxville. But yeah, I do have to shave, unfortunately.
Can you put a coin where you had the shot as many? He didn't have Moderna. He had Pfizer. So
yeah, Pfizer.
I know, John. Did you see what John said?
I agree.
What's the ratio of troops not wanting to get it? I don't know. I have no clue.
Not sure.
Oh, hello from a 75-year-old former Marine Vietnam vet. Well, hello, Ralph. Thank you for being here. Is it true a lot of reserve personnel are going to active duty?
I haven't heard anything about it. I'd be one of the first people that they told because I'm reserves. So.
Yeah. Oh, and Dirty White Boy, who is Dave from Consumer Car Care, would like to know when he's taking Andrew out for a beer. Anytime, Dave, anytime.
Yes, anytime.
Oh, hello, Penelope. Yes, Penelope has to have her moment.
Oh boy.
Yes.
It's almost a full house. All right.
Do Marines go through Paris Island for basic 3 days of no food, shelter?
No. The only thing that I could think of that comes close to that is either the Crucible or the BWT, but no food. Absolutely not. They wouldn't do that.
Thank you. Yes, my son is very handsome. He's on leave right now because he's in reserves. So he only has to leave for on the weekends. 1 weekend out of every month, and then 2 weeks out of every year, unless he gets called and deployed and stuff like that. Thank you, Sheila. Andrew, do you keep your room? No. No.
I've been lazy.
Yep. They're being wise now. Andrew, how you doing? It's the Italian thing. Yeah. What's your favorite meal that mom cooks?
Spaghetti.
My sauce.
Is that the sauce?
Yep, that sauce is amazing.
Yeah. The 3 meat sauce that I make. Yeah. Hey, Nicole, make a mess, Andrew. That mom of yours will love to clean it for you. Hey. What sort of engineering are you studying, Andrew?
Combat engineer. So like basic construction, demolition.
Wow, G2, thank you. Take that handsome Marine for an ice cream. I will. Go ahead. Sorry, son. What?
Combat engineer, just basic construction, demolition. So like C4, TNT, dynamite, ammonium nitrate.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
She has yet to figure out where that button is. Boy, I'll tell you. Well, in the meantime, people have been asking me here online why we're having such a hard time getting a hold of you. Apparently, some people are having a hard time getting emails through to me. I don't know why. If you are forward it to Autumn. She'll forward it back to me. All right. Nothing I can do. I'm doing what I can. I answer everyone I can. If you sent me something in this last week, like from Friday to now, I have been out straight. I have not looked at my email. So I will get back to you. I promise. But if you don't hear from me, send it to Autumn.
Oh, good, Raven. You got silver. That's awesome. Yes, he does have my smile. Oh boy, you have no idea, Christine. They were so happy to see him when he came home. Oh, especially Stormy, his cat.
All right. Somebody's asking what kind of chocolate am I having? Ghirardelli.
Give her telling. I know. I'm sorry. When they hear sirens go by, I can't help it. They howl.
Yeah.
Jean would like to hear Andrew's view on the state of the world these days.
State of the world.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
No comment.
No
All right.
comment.
No comment.
Yeah. He can actually get in trouble. Went to the ATM today, withdrew rent money, and it was broken conveniently. Yeah. Hi, Stormy. Yes. Please don't show your religion to the world. Okay.
Well, I mean, we've seen 2 cats already, and the dog, and Andrew. So.
Hello.
Oh boy.
Stormy, stop it.
Play fifth.
Played the fifth, yeah.
All right. I'm just going to address this while we get a chance. There's somebody on here mentioning emailing you back and forth, and now they're mentioning money. I've never seen this commenter's name before, and I have no idea who you are. So if you sent anything, we need to know where you sent it to, because I don't have anything for you. Unless you're under a different name, and I don't know who you are. So the person's name in here is, where is she?
Purple top.
Miss Purple Top. I have no idea. I have not received any emails from you at all under that nickname, unless you're under another name. I don't know who you are.
Wanda Redman?
Okay, that name I know, but I did not know the nickname. And yes, I've received emails from you in the past, but nothing lately. So send it to Autumn, and she will send it to me, and I'll get back to you. That's the best I can do at the moment if you're having a problem getting a hold of me. All right?
I don't know where Marbury is. That's a good question. I'll email her or text her.
All right. So Andrew, do you have any anything else you want to add to tonight? Anything that your little heart desires to share about your time away?
Honestly, it was just really hard being home or being away from home. I really don't want to do it again, but there's a chance for me to go to Africa for some training, and I might take it. I believe it's an 8-month deployment to Africa, South Africa. So if I get picked to do so, definitely will, because that sounds like a fun time going to Africa.
Thank you, Raven. We love and respect you, Andrew. How do you help your mom with prepping? Yeah. He eats everything.
Bulking.
Is there violence in South Africa?
No, it's just for training purposes.
Yeah, Tony, he gives me a list. Yeah, he's the prep taster. Yes.
Absolutely.
All right.
South Africa has riots and lots of civil unrest.
Yep.
Didn't know that.
That's pretty regular. And it's not just because of COVID. Depends on what part.
Oh my God, he's so handsome. Andrew, do you trust Potato Joe's judgment?
I don't know who that is.
You haven't been watching any videos, have you?
We refer to him as Potato. Yeah, your commander in chief.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. What was the question?
Do you trust his judgment?
Can't say.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Uh,
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. So where am I? How has prepping affected how Andrew preps in his own life? And does he prep?
Supplements. I prep supplements.
Andrew, how has your view of the world changed compared to before you left? How do you see things now?
I see them quite differently, honestly. Because like I know that I can get a call at any moment telling me that to pack up and get ready to leave tomorrow. So I mean, anything could pop off literally from now to 5 minutes from now. So I mean, definitely a lot has changed, like from my perspective.
What did Andrew think of my preps? Son?
That's a good question.
I don't know. I thought it was crazy at first, but then she explained it to me and it made a lot of sense. So I supported her on it. So. This is a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
How severe is China's debt crisis? Well, that strengthened the U.S. dollar. Trish.
I've been watching these questions come up, and I was just waiting for Andrew to kind of, settle in and
Oh,
say what
okay.
he say
Oh, well,
tonight.
here's one question. Andrew, are you sleeping with preps under your bed?
Yes.
Who isn't? Everybody
What,
is.
73 cases of water?
So you get a waterbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh yeah, are we the crazies defied dad? No, 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 we're not the crazies because we're going to be the only ones eating. Wherever you go, Andrew, God's favor and protection will be cover and surround you. You definitely shine with his light. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Heather. Thank you. We're all being shadow banned, Tennessee prepper. We all are.
Oh yeah.
We all are. Big time.
Yeah. All right. You want to get to
Yeah.
the Evergrande?
Yes.
The topic for tonight: China, U.S., Evergrande, debt, and imminent implosion.
Mhm.
That's the nicest way to say it. So, I don't know where all the questions went now, but as you think of them, pop them in there. It's too far for me to go back now. But with regard to Evergrande and China, that's quite the sticky mess, isn't it?
Yeah.
China has now missed their second round of interest payments, never mind the principal, on multi-billions of dollars. What do you think that's going to do?
I already
can tell-
told you what I think.
Yeah, I can tell you, but I'd rather hear what other people have to say. What do you guys think it's going to do when they miss their third one? Because they can't catch up. If they
No.
couldn't do the second one, they sure as hell can't catch up on 1 and 2. So what do you think's going to happen? So, we did a video on this a while back, but it was for the US, and I believe it was under the term force majeure,
Yes.
right? So when China misses their third payment, and actually it might even happen prior to that because they probably will declare it before the third payment. If they declare force majeure, now they've already declared bankruptcy with the Evergrande, we know that.
Right.
But they could still do force majeure because bankruptcy doesn't really let them off the hook of all of the debt. It allows them to consolidate. It doesn't get rid of it. Force majeure, what does that do? You guys remember from the video? What does it do? And what is it going to do to the United States when China doesn't take care of that? Y'all remember what I've been telling you, right?
Yeah.
These guys,
Stack up on silver.
it's your only safe haven.
Yes.
This is it. It's all you got.
Yes.
And if you don't act, you're going to regret it. So, debt ceiling or not, the only safe haven is silver. They could raise the debt ceiling and they can keep spending willy-nilly, as I always say. But what's that going to do? It's going to destroy us even more. The only business out there, private business, that gets to rightfully spend our future, all of the money, because they get to print all those fake digits, right? A private company. The Federal Reserve has absolutely zero care for you, me, or anyone else. It makes me wonder how the people that work at the Federal Reserve can actually live with themselves and live in this nation. William Byrd saying that it will bankrupt us. We will be very fortunate if it does that. That is not what it's going to do. It will destroy us. Nobody wants to hear it. I don't want to say it. But it will. So, if they don't pay their debts, and then there's no way they're going to catch up. A big portion of what they owe is supposed to come to us. What do you think is going to happen to us? Where are we going to get that cash from?
They're going to have to raise the debt ceiling again because they're going to have to print all that money again.
Fake money.
Right.
So, it's just one of those things where there's no fixing what we currently have going on. Zero fix. You know, if we went back $7 trillion, maybe. But no, they'd find a way to spend more anyway. They're just kicking the can down the road. That's all they're doing, is playing one big kick the can. Every time they raise the debt ceiling, every time they print more money, every time they send you a stimulus, they're kicking the can down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, inflate or default. There are only two choices. Yeah, it's one or the other. I still think we'll have a deflationary event at some point. When exactly and how long will it last? I'm not 100% certain, but I can tell you it'll be quick. Maybe 2 weeks, up to a month max. It'll look like things went on sale for a bit. It's only going to last a few moments. So, when we get to that, you better duck and cover and have your silver. With regard to the Evergrande in China, if they manage to come up with making up for all the missed interest, which they won't, but if they do, we're still in a world apart. No matter what we do, we can't do anything. I mean, literally, it's the government, right? Well, or the Federal Reserve, whatever you want to call it these days, because they're the ones running the show. It's like trying to recover this nation now. It's like trying to find a pin in a hayfield. There's no way. So a deflationary event in every nation that has gone through this, what's coming up, and this has nothing to do with China or Evergrande, but in every single one of them, Venezuela, Cuba, when Nicaragua went through what they went through a while back. Every single nation that has had the problems with regard to hyperinflation, prices always came down a little bit first. It was always a deflationary event, and it lasted about 2 weeks. So right now we're in, I don't want to say in a level. I mean, things are going up, but they're not hyperinflating yet. And I think part of the reason why, not only with the Fed continuously printing and then them raising, hourly wage to $15 an hour, that was, I believe, kind of a catch-22. They had to do it. They knew they had to do it to appease the people. But it's just a Band-Aid on a massive wound. I'm not going to laugh. Because as they're raising the prices on all the food, $15 an hour isn't going to matter. So, with what's coming and the time frame, which I have said from the beginning, and I'll reiterate it again, end of the year, I'm expecting the dollar to be around 25 cents. And unless you're holding some of these, you're going to lose what you have. And I'm talking about the real cost of the dollar, not the one that you Google as you look and notice that the prices on all the goods are going up. That's deflating your dollar. Whether it magically says it as you Google it that it's at 93. And it does jump up and down between 92 and 93. We're far from that. Someone asking, will China implode before the USA? I want to say yes. I'm just not sure on that one yet. I can tell you it will be a ripple effect. When it actually happens at one, it'll happen at the other. It'll be one after the other. Unless they pull some magic out from their hat, which I doubt they'll do. Is 130 ounces enough? You know what? I can't tell you what's enough for you guys. For silver, I can't tell you. It all depends on your life and how much debt you have. If you have managed to pay off your debt, congratulations. Keep it that way as much as you can. Because what's coming is going to be ugly. Really, really ugly. And I'm not saying that to scare anyone at all. You guys ought to know me well enough on that by now. But nobody alive today has seen what's about to occur. We've gone through crashes before. We've gone through housing bubbles before. We've had the dollar deflate before. Thank Bill Clinton for all of that. And the other people involved. I like to pick on him. But how much silver you're going to need really depends on your own lifestyle and how well prepped you are now. Right now, China doesn't even have food to feed those people. I don't know if you're aware of that or not, but they don't. They're also rationing electricity. It's one thing to say they're rationing food. They're rationing the electric. There's no way out of this.
Yep, they did it in Sarajevo. They're doing it in
Yeah. There's no way out of this. This is probably one of the worst messes that our government has put us in. And, I can blame the Federal Reserve all day long for what they're doing, but the truth is the other people that are now in office are allowing it, encouraging it. And they keep spending and spending and spending. Those of you that have kids out here, well, make sure you have enough to protect their future, because it's gonna get ugly. Make sure you have enough to keep your assets covered. Your house, the taxes on your house. You don't want to lose your house to taxes. Any other bills, you can kind of get around, but protect your main asset. And yes, you can at some point cash in silver to pay your tax. But I would strongly recommend you do what I have said all along. When you cash this stuff in, you don't cash it in for flammable cash. You buy gold with it. You let this rise, then buy gold and let that rise. And when it's up enough, then you pay the taxes on your house or pay down your house. So you put money that we know is deflating into a real asset and let it go up and up and up. And then put it into your long-term asset, which would be your house.
Mm-hmm.
So do I think China is going to default? No. But this is, Evergrande is larger than Lehman Brothers, right? What happened when Lehman Brothers went down?
Thank you, Open House Texas. Hello, ladies, and Andrew. Sorry, Trish. Thank you for your service. I just wanted to say this crisis is not just in our country. Europeans are already panic buying gas and other essentials. Yes, I know.
Yep.
And what's going on in China is terrible for their people. I don't care about the elite.
Yep. Yeah. So someone on here mentioning that we can't eat gold. Yeah, we know that. I mean, we've said that from the get-go, and that's correct. You need to be prepped first. Have your food. Have what you need. And how much do you need? Well, I don't know. It's really tricky to say. I hesitate to say anything shy of 3 years, honestly. But you got to start somewhere, right? So start where you're at. And if it's 3 months, then build on that. If it's a year, build on that. If it's 2 years, build on that. But before you start buying gold or anything like that, make sure you get about 3 years worth of food. And that's tough, I know. Trying to find a place to put it, I know, it's tough. We've talked about it over and over. But what's coming is massive. So we were just talking about Evergrande and that being larger than Lehman Brothers and the collapse of 2008.
Right.
Much bigger. I would say 7 to 8 times bigger than what Lehman Brothers ever was. So what's that going to do to China? I can tell you that the Evergrande ships about 72% of all the goods that leave China. 72%. So if they're no longer shipping, 72%. Not like it's just going to magically show up here. And if we think we have shortages now, wow, right? That's nothing compared to what's coming. And don't you think that's going to raise the prices just a tad? So it's not comfortable for anyone to think about, But now's not the time for even thinking about it. If you haven't acted by now, after a year of us talking about this, I don't know what to tell you. But get going. Tara, when do you predict a collapse? You know what? I am not going to predict a collapse.
Mhm.
Nobody I know will. A lot of economists have said all kinds of things in the last year and a half. I will stick to what I have said all along. By the end of this winter, that means early spring, you're going to be very grateful you have prepped. Rosalie asking about what if we still owe on a Visa card. That would be the one I would concentrate on paying off.
Mhm.
Well, or paying down. Keep it paid right.
Yeah.
That's the one that's going to last. The other ones, not so much. Visa is going to be the one that, unfortunately, how do I say it? That ushers in a new era. That's the nicest way to say it.
Yeah.
You know, that era, the
Mhm.
one we talked about.
Yeah.
American Express and Discover will probably exist for quite a long time, and I'm sure they'll want to get paid. But at the end of the day, Visa is the one that you'll be using the most of. Visa gift cards, stacking a few of those is not a bad idea. But if we have a grid down scenario, as you know, we cannot use them.
Right.
So be cautious in doing that, that's all. And don't buy restaurant gift cards. If people haven't learned that by now, don't do it. Sweet and Spicy asking about cash or gift cards to buy certain things. Yeah, use cash when you can to buy things that you do not necessarily want on record anywhere with your name on it. Gift cards, yeah, that's fine too. Will cryptocurrency be bought in the event of a financial collapse? Well, it's being bought regularly right now, right? And they're hitting it pretty hard. You have to really know what you're doing. It's so highly volatile. I deal with it every day. Right now, if you are not prepped and you're trying to use cryptocurrency to get prepped, don't bother. You'll lose your shirt. And I say that because you'll get nervous and you'll pull out at the wrong time, or you'll hang on to it too long and lose even more. Don't do it. Just buy some silver. That you hold in your hand. I mean, what's the saying, right? If you don't hold it, you don't own.
Yeah.
You don't own cryptocurrency. You think you do. Even if you have a crypto wallet, which I have, you still don't own it. It's digital either way. And therefore, it's not physically in your hand. You don't control it. The grid goes down, you have no way to access it.
Right. Yes, sweet and spicy. That's exactly true. When you keep cash, keep small denominations, 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, but not $100 bills, because as of right now, stores are even putting up signs at their registers. We need 1s and 5s and 10s, because all people have are 10s, 50s, and 20s, or 20s, 20s, 50s, and 100s. Why? Because the ATMs, they dish out more 20s than anything else. So they don't have any 1s, 5s, or 10s. So it's best to keep small denomination bills on you anyway.
You guys remember when all the change kind of disappeared?
Oh, the coin shortage. Yeah.
Yeah. So that same thing is going to happen with 1s and 5s.
Right.
Just so you know. And not necessarily that there'll be a shortage, but when this event occurs, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to round things up. So if something costs 89 cents, it's going to cost $1.
Right.
If it costs $1.49, it's going to cost $2. If it's 3 and change, it's probably going to cost $5. They're going to round up.
Right.
And in doing that rounding, some might say that that's hyperinflation, but that's really a way of them not having to use the other bills. They're going to start to go back to the banks, and then the banks just aren't going to issue them anymore. Just like they weren't issuing change.
Right.
It would change, then it'll be $1 bills, then it'll be $5 bills, then it'll be $10 bills.
Yep.
So if you have a chance to get some and hang on to them for a while, I'm not saying that they're going to be worth more down the road. I'm just saying you don't want to be paying for your groceries with a $20 bill and you're only wanting to spend, I don't know, $8 or $9, right? Because they're not going to give you back the change.
Right.
So make sure you have smaller bills.
Right. And you know what kind of makes sense now is why Dollar Tree is now going to be $3 and $5 because all of their stuff comes from China.
Well, do you remember I talked to you guys about Dollar Tree?
Oh, it was about a year ago we talked about this. Yeah.
So do you know why I started talking to you about that? Because I'm the one that had the contract for the Dollar Tree. And yes, it is technically changing names to the Dollar Tree Plus.
Yeah.
Which means not all the items will be $1 anymore. They can't do it.
Right.
They cannot keep going.
Right.
Who could? So yes, some items are going to go higher. And then other items, well, because of the excessive shipping, they're going to go higher on that too. But they're also going to start bringing in different merchandise.
Right.
They need to. At the same time, a lot of other businesses are no longer going to be around.
Go in if you want.
Anytime there is a...
Good night, son. I love you.
Love you.
He's going to go in. He's going
All
in.
right.
Yeah.
Anytime one of these stores are in a neighborhood, a Dollar Tree, and I don't want to pick on them, but Family Dollar, any one of those. Anytime one of those stores enter a neighborhood, you'll notice a lot of other stores start to do less business, right? And I'm not trying to pick on them. I understand that those stores are needed in many ways, but those stores are put in those neighborhoods for a reason.
Yeah. Well, if you've ever been like even here in any major like neighborhood store or listen to me, like major metropolitan area, and there's like a Dollar Tree every 3 miles or a Dollar General or a Family Dollar every 3 miles.
Right.
It's insane.
And if you think about that, how many other businesses are no longer around because of that?
What?
I said, have you thought about how many other businesses are no longer around because of that?
Yeah, I know. I know that.
No?
I know that. That's weird.
What?
This. I've never heard that before.
Huh. No, I've never heard that either.
Wow, that's strange. I've noticed a lot of weird things happening on my channel lately. Lots.
Oh,
yeah.
I have noticed that we're not having an audio problem tonight. Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know why. Amazing. All right. Guess that answers my question, right?
Oh, thank you, guys. Feedback is 5 stars. I didn't know they did that with stars.
Oh.
They want
Yeah,
a rating.
that's going to be fairly new. I've not seen that before. Huh.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I knew you guys would love to meet Andrew. So you guys have been so supportive from day one when he left for boot camp and everything. So I knew that this Friday would be extra special for all of you.
So you guys, do you have any more questions about the Evergrande? I know there were 2 or 3 questions that flew by and I didn't get a chance to answer them. So if you have any more about that, let me know.
Chrissy, you're a nightmare. Did you see what she said? Jeez.
Oh my.
Just because he's single, ladies, listen. Yes, I'm so happy that he's home. You have no idea.
Somebody asking if our economy is going to close down because of Evergrande. No.
No.
But I do think it's going to hurt us hugely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with regard to getting goods. What is my take on the infrastructure deal and the changes we'll have? I am not going to address that right now. I can't, actually. So, give me a while on that one. I'm doing a project and I won't even talk about that.
You know, that's a good one, Annie. With all the shortages, will stores be closing? I don't know. Because what I've been noticing, because, you know, I get pictures sent to me in my email all the time. There's going to be, you know, empty shelves all over the place. But what they're doing is, like, who was it that sent me an email? They took and put cookies in place of coffee because the entire coffee aisle was empty. So they put cookies in place of coffee. I said, who does that? So,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, we were talking about this last week. I mean, they were putting what used to be in a small cooler, the pre-made sandwiches and stuff like that. They put them in the coolers that you now open up where some of the more temperature controlled stuff was, and they got rid of the smaller coolers and they put smaller displays there. You know, different types of stand-up displays. They're moving them around, and I don't think it's just because they want to move the merchandise all the time. I mean, they do that pretty regularly, but I noticed that they're not just depleting, or not just showing depleted shelves. They're literally getting rid of shelf space so that you don't see it.
Right.
There's
And
more
like,
there's
and
more
like,
walkable space.
and like Terry just said, all the stores here did remodeling to widen the aisles, fewer shelves.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. There's more walkable space. That's what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing that. And, you know, if they take out an aisle or two, well, they can consolidate a little bit, right?
Did you see what firefighter just said? They did a full aisle of oyster crackers. Come on.
Okay.
What are they? Do they not think that we're just not going to catch on?
It looks stacked, right? I mean, that's the idea. You know,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Now, I haven't actually gone in the last 2 weeks, so I can't tell you what my baking aisle and the baby aisle looks like, but I do want to take a little jaunt through there just to see.
I've
Last I
been
knew,
ordering online, so I haven't even gone really. I ran
Yeah.
in to go get hoagie rolls, but that was pretty much it. You know, I didn't really go in.
last I knew the baking aisle in our particular Walmart, there were 2 bags of sugar. That was it.
Yeah, you told me. That's
Yeah.
just
So
insane.
we'll see.
Because I've been like this month, I've been prepping cleaning supplies, you know, that type of thing. I bought Andrew because he likes tuna. And you know the pouches of tuna, not the
Yeah.
cans, but they come in like foil pouches. And the expiration date is like 2024, 2025, 2026. And they're all flavored. So
Yeah.
you don't need to add like mayonnaise or anything like that. Well, these pouches are generally between $1.50 and $1.75. Well, Publix yesterday had them 10 for 10 because while I ran in to go get hoagie rolls, they had a bin full of these pouches of tuna, of the flavored tuna, and they had them 10 for 10. So I picked up 4 different flavors, 10 each, and I brought them home for them. Yeah, because that's a really good deal for those. $1 each when they're normally $1.50 to $1.75 a piece.
Right.
So, yeah.
JK asked, how much of a percent increase do you think goods will increase if the shipping costs increased by 600% in just 6 months? That is a darn good question. I had mentioned a while back, we're looking at $50 hamburgers, right?
Thanks, Melissa. Wow. Sad things his sheeple are falling for. I know, sweetheart. I know.
So I expect certain goods to increase exponentially. Others, I don't. I think they'll keep your large screen TVs relatively low.
Of course. Because you can't
But-
eat those.
Right. And you don't buy them that often. But the things that you actively purchase on a regular basis, that's what's going to go up.
Mhm.
Prices are-
Especially like the ground beef, like how we can.
Yep.
Right? The 93.7.
Yep.
And does everybody know what I mean when I say 93.7? Right? That's the fat content, the 93.7. Well, Trish and I like to pressure can the 93.7 ground beef.
Yep.
There is a huge difference when it comes to prices, when it comes to the difference in the fat content in the ground beef.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. For 10 pounds of the 93.7, you're looking at, depending on where you go, I'll say that, depending on where you go, between $45 to $60 for 10 pounds.
Yeah. My particular store, it was 2.5 pounds and it was $20. So that's a whole lot more, even. 2.5 pounds.
Well, it looks like you guys are still more expensive than we are when it comes to a lot of things.
Well, the fluffy things, the baby diapers, the toilet paper, the fluffy stuff.
Yeah.
That can't go up hugely.
Yeah.
One, assuming you can find it.
Yeah.
Two, it takes a tremendous amount to ship that kind of stuff. Tremendous amount. So, just the idea that we can preserve food to offset cost is something you guys need to be thinking about if you're not already. I think most people here are. But you got to do it. We really don't have a choice. It's not about, well, maybe we will, maybe we won't. We don't have a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got a lot of money, okay. But I think if you have that kind of money, you're not hanging out here. Really.
Yeah. Ready. Are you ready for Jesus? Listen, turkey around here, because, they're saying buy your turkey early, buy your ham early for Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff. The prices of turkey here right now are astronomical.
Yeah.
I can't afford to go out and buy a turkey right now. I did a video on like prices, like grocery prices. What was it, like a week or so ago? And there's a picture. The thumbnail that I used was an actual picture taken of an actual turkey from the grocery store, which is like 20 minutes away from me, okay? Or not even. And the turkey was $106. I can't afford to buy a turkey right now. I'm hoping that the prices go down so I can buy a turkey for Thanksgiving this year.
I haven't seen that kind of price here yet for turkey.
Yeah.
But I really haven't looked at them either. So
can't afford it.
Yeah. Somebody on here a moment ago was just asking how many, what is it? How many companies like Evergrande and how many companies are like Evergrande and the financial troubles they have? Well, if you're talking about in China, I don't know.
Yeah.
Here, far too many. But very few of them are responsible for the shipping of 72% of all goods, right? That's the key to that one. It's not even so much anything else. It's what they do. And it's not even about 72% of all of our shipping. It's all of the global shipping. 72%. Wow. How did a business get to be that big to begin with is the real question, I think. You gotta wonder. Oh, the Lord. They're making turkey spam now. Did I just see that?
Yeah, they are. I saw it.
Yeah,
I won't even go down that way, but yeah.
Just because they make another flavor of that stuff doesn't mean it's gonna get any better. Just like who was it? Angry Prepper said, I got to be close to dying before I'm going to open one of those things.
I know.
There are people that like it. Okay, I'm not one of them.
Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Sheila, $100 lasagna for Thanksgiving. Holy shite. Can I have the recipe?
Right.
Because if you have all the ingredients out of your preps, I might have all the ingredients in my preps too.
I'm making one this weekend, but it's not costing more than $100. Nobody's near that. My goodness. Never heard of that.
I mean, I got the ham in the can, and it comes like, it's not Hormel. What the hell is it? It's the other one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got a bunch of those because those are good if you slice them up and you put the hell is it called? Brown sugar and honey, and then you fry them up in a pan and you have it with eggs and hash browns. Those are good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Probably be great if you dice it up and put it in omelets too.
Yeah. Yeah, but they taste really good if you put like brown sugar and honey on them. They taste really good.
Cool.
Yeah. So I got lots of those.
I think I had one of those in the downstairs, and I only remember because I kind of kept that one aside. I was like, oh, there's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
DAC. Yeah, that's the name of it. DAK. Well,
Yes, Dak. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, DeFi Dad. Listen, go hunting if you can, because honestly, who the hell? I mean, Publix. Why would they do that? Why would they price out a turkey at $106?
You have to be careful though too, because there's certain areas you cannot hunt turkey in.
I know.
You can't just hit them with bow and arrow if they go through your yard. I mean, you could, but don't tell anyone.
Black truffle oil. Oh. There's no law that documents that you have to eat turkey for Thanksgiving, folks. I usually eat shrimp and grits. Well, Cyan.
Okay, that's a little different, but okay.
Butterball turkey from last year in the freezer. That's what I'm making. It's safe to eat. Yeah, of course it's safe to eat as long as it's frozen. What the hell does it matter?
Yeah. So what do you guys think about what Mr. Jamie Dimon has recently said?
Yeah, I did that video before we went.
CEO of JP Morgan Chase, who you guys know I love so much.
Don't buy his ass.
What do you guys think about that? She just did the video on that today. Quite interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think it was a very, I don't want to say, I almost said the word fair. I shouldn't have said that. Well, I didn't say that, but I almost said it. I think it's a warning that everyone should heed. And if you don't, yeah. Brief you? All right, Jamie, you got it.
Well, okay, so anybody that knows me from a hole in the wall at this stage knows I absolutely cannot stand JP Morgan Chase. And it's not because I was in a bank that didn't really care for them, although I was. Right now with the article that recently came out, what was it, the 29th or 30th?
29th.
Yeah. It's hard to tell with him in that particular article is he saying it to cause fear? I would say yes.
Really?
And I would yes, yeah. And I would say yes. I'm not saying it's wrong. Okay, but I think the motive behind it is fear. Why? When they put out statements like that, they don't do it lightly. There's always a goal. There's always a reason why they do what they do. So if they can create enough fear in the people, the investors, so that they pull out of the stock market, who buys those stocks?
It would be us, would it not?
No.
Well, not us, Americans.
If you see something going down because people are selling, you're not going to be buying it, right? But there are people that do, like JP Morgan Chase. As they create fear and you sell your stocks and probably take a loss, they clean up. And then they pour more money back into the market to inflate it and bring it up. And when it goes over, not even hugely over, but over what they paid, they make money, right? You want to reiterate the article and,
Yes.
and what he said? Some people are asking, and I don't have it in front of me. I know you had just done it.
Yes.
But that's what they do. They cause fear and panic so that people sell, and then they rake in the profits. Go ahead.
Hang on.
All right.
Okay, he said this is like the third time we've had to do this. It's potentially catastrophic event. Every single time this comes up, it gets fixed, but we should never even get this close. Talking about, the end of the fiscal year. Okay, I just think this whole thing is mistaken, and one day we should have a bipartisan bill to get rid of the debt ceiling. It's all politics. And then Janet Yellen, she came in talking about October 18th. Oh, hang on. Where is it? He just kept saying how it's potentially catastrophic for U.S. credit default. And then saying that how the Democrats, they tried to pass the $3.5 trillion spending bill, saying that it costs $0, which I don't see how the hell they can even say that it costs $0 when they really think that we're that stupid, don't they?
Yep.
It's unbelievable. But yeah, Janet Yellen, she told lawmakers this week that the U.S. government would enter default if Congress did not act by October 18th. Republican lawmakers who oppose raising the debt ceiling have urged Democrats who control the Senate to take action on the nation's borrowing limit through budget reconciliation, a process that does not require Republican votes, but Democrats have refused. A vote to increase the debt limit doesn't authorize new spending. Instead, it essentially allows the Treasury Department to raise money to pay for expenses the government has authorized. Congress can either raise the limit, which allows the Treasury to borrow up to a certain dollar amount, or suspend it, which allows the agency to borrow as much as it is necessary until a certain date, which they're giving until October 18th. So, but this is not the only looming problem, economic problem, I should say, that's looming over Washington. Okay, they have partisan politics, but that was, supposed to end at the fiscal year, which was Thursday at midnight, but I mean, they did pass a bill, but they said that it was only going to be a partial government shutdown, which I don't know. Is it still partial government shutdown or no? I don't remember.
Honestly, I did not hear that it was a partial.
Yeah. I could swear they did say something about a partial government shutdown. Thank you, Melissa. My super chats are not working very well. Please consider Purdue Farms Online. Also, Seven Sons is a meat processor family to plate. It is no longer cost more than the grocery store quality. Oh, well, thank you. Okay. Purdue Farms Online. Seven Sons is a meat processor family. Okay. I will look that up. What's my email really quick? Butterfly030807@gmail.com. You're very funny, Vet. You're giving 6-pack of paper towels to your family for Christmas. Listen, throw in some toilet paper with it. What?
I'd say hang on to them. Chuck them a few cans of Spam and leave it at that.
Listen, yeah, we give up our guns. We'll act like Australia. Holy hell! If it ever gets to the point like it is over here.
Yeah. You don't think we're heading?
I didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
But if it does, I think there will be a revolution. Because why? Because we have the Second Amendment, whereas they don't. And Australian Ange, who's in here, can tell you that. They don't have weapons like we do.
Because they were taken away from them.
I know that.
Uh-huh.
Let them try and take away our guns. It'll never happen. There's too many people in this country. We have more guns than the military does. And you know that. Do you really, Angie? Because even Sean and Andrew were having this conversation. Was it last night or the night before? Um, what is it? Beanbag
Maybe
ones?
maybe not registered ones.
Right on.
Yeah.
Beanbag and oh Lord, there's another one because we've got. Okay, that's how many we have, and so Sean wants to get something non-lethal, okay, like beanbag, because they hurt more. Right. DeFi dad, Erica. So, he's saying, yes, Dave, exactly. So, you know what? Maybe you and Andrew and Sean can get together on Sean's day off or something, and you guys can converse because that's what those two were having a conversation about. Yes, Lola and Paula. Yes. Yeah. Because that's what they want to add to what they already have. Yeah, Nicole, exactly. You are dead on balls accurate.
Nice, sweet and spicy paintball. Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Have you ever been shot with a paintball? I have. I was shot in the ass with a paintball when I was 17 years old, and I had a bruise. I couldn't sit down for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they hurt.
Yeah, not fun. I think you can get them online, and Lackey. I think you can get them online. But, I mean, this is just something to look into. It really is. To add to what you already have, think about it. Yeah, Dahlia, wise ass, yes. Tammy, you know what? If you think that it's ridiculous, then move on. But this is, this is just, I'm just telling you what a conversation is that my son and my husband had.
Yeah. Well, if it comes down to it and they go to break in your door because,
well, then that's when you would use your other resources.
Yeah. Yeah. If it comes down to something like that, you're either going to stand up and take your last stand or not, right? You're going to do it or not.
Right.
Everybody has their own choice to make at that time. And I hope you don't blink. Really. Because if you do, you're not going to make it.
It's terrible advice. Well, you know what? Have you ever been shot in the fucking eye with a goddamn beanbag? I guess I can guarantee you'll be blind for the rest of your life. Jesus Christmas.
So, anyway, nobody's advocating violence. I don't think any one of us want to get in a position where we have to do anything like that.
Jeez.
But, you either protect your family or you don't.
Yeah. It's like trying to tell somebody to bring a knife to a gunfight. I mean,
yeah. You have to make your own decisions, each individually, and it's totally up to you. So,
Chrissy, you're a wise ass.
What was that?
She said that's enough being rude to my mother-in-law, Tammy. Yeah, she thinks she's marrying my son.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Dirty white boy's in here. Hey, dirty white boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of us want to use anything like that.
No,
like
of course
that.
not.
Oh, I like that idea, Stephanie. Wasp spray. Yeah, it's probably illegal to do that, but I love the idea.
Wasp spray actually shoots 20 feet in front of you.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Hmm.
Boy, that'll blind somebody. Probably better than pepper spray.
Yeah, it is actually.
Oh, yeah. Hey, they always say to stock up on certain things, and there's nothing wrong with having wasp spray in your house. Do what you got to do.
Hmm. I always keep a good supply of wasp spray because, not for nothing, but wasp spray actually does more than just kill wasps. I've actually, now hear me out. I was out in the garage, and this was a couple of years ago, and there was a snake in my garage. So I took the wasp spray and I sprayed it on the snake, and the snake literally turned white, then turned clear and died.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice chemical reaction.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Yeah, I like that question. Isn't it flammable? Yeah, it probably is.
I don't know.
I
Because it
don't know.
comes out as a foam, so I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It sure would be interesting, but I don't want to go there.
Yeah, it will kill black widows, brown recluse, stuff like that. Yeah, because we have a lot of those here in Florida.
That's good to know. Thank you, dirty white boy. Try it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let us know the results. Be careful.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Has anybody noticed the price of gas going up?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I did the other day. Shocked me. I don't know why. I shouldn't be shocked by anything anymore, but I was like, what? Wait, hold on. So I don't know. What are your gas prices?
310.
Okay. For the low end, what is it? 87, 88, whatever it is.
87. Yeah.
Okay. 363. Wow, that's low. $4. 315. 409. Whatever happened to 99 cents? I know you were probably a kid then, right?
It was what, in the 90s? I'll never forget when I moved down here to Florida in 93.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. 285.
Gas was 88 cents down here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it because I looked and I said, what's 88 cents? And they said gas. I said, what? Yeah.
I mean, 99, I remember 99 super clear, and it's like, really? I mean, I don't want to sound old because I'm not that old, but it's like, really? Wow. 429. Wow. I wonder, I should find, well, do we have anybody here from Alaska? Anybody know what Alaskan prices are? I should ask Rudy. But I'm wondering what Alaskan prices are. Wow, 409, 429. Damn. I know this is just the beginning because that's one of the things that they are going to hit hard. Wow. And you got to wonder when they're upping it, is it the multiple taxes that they're increasing? Or
Oh,
is it the price of the actual gas itself? Because I don't think those stores, the mini marts and all the places that are selling it, I don't think they're the ones making the money.
yeah.
They make very little on gasoline, oddly enough.
I don't know.
Mostly tax. Between the road tax and the state tax and the federal tax and the local tax and, probably a bridge tax, they put it all in the price of gasoline.
Right. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. And now you got, Mr. Potato trying to say that they're going to tax you based on your mileage that you drive.
I know.
Really? Well, in that deal, I'll make out really good because I do very few miles. But really,
Not us.
you know what that truly is. It's to restrict your travel, right? To make you want to go fewer places. And you know what that does? Drives the prices of things up.
Right.
Always does.
But for someone like Sean, who travels for work, okay? Now, like Andrew, once a month, he's got to drive to Knoxville, Tennessee for reserve training.
Yeah.
That's a 9-hour drive. That's 600 miles there, 600 miles back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the fact that you'd have to keep track of it in that way. I mean, usually they do through insurance companies anyway, when you redo your policies for the year or whatever. But to try to tax you based on your mileage, I mean, what are they going to do? Attach something so they can actually read your mileage?
I don't know. Well, they'll probably put it on the car insurance companies to put, how Progressive, they put it in their commercials with the thing that you could put on your car to track so you're okay. It'll probably be something like that.
Yeah, I never wanted to do that. I saw that when it first came out and went, no.
Yeah.
I get it, and you can save money on it, but I don't need people, companies knowing how far I go and when.
Yeah.
One of the things that I despise the most is that little transponder that people put in their car, that gets you through tolls.
Oh, yes, we have one of those. Yeah.
Oh, those are bad. Those are really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ultimate tracking device, right? With the right to go into your account anytime they choose, right? To remove money for payment of all of those things. Bad idea. So, how much of a crunch? That's the question. How much of a crunch are we going to be put in during this time frame between now and spring? That's what I've always said. Spring, late winter, early spring. That's when you're going to really notice a mega difference. Why? That little QR code that they have in the back offices and back rooms of all these big places. We'll call them Costco, we'll call them Walmarts, BJ's, you name it, just to name a few. All of those places activating the QR code individually for spring.
Yeah. Someone had just made a really good statement. Where is it? Oh, it's terrible. Okay, they will require your mileage every year when you pay for your, like your license plate, like when you have to re-register your car.
Yeah. So they can ask you for it, but how do they get proof of it?
Like I said, probably through your car insurance. Like Progressive, like they put that thing on your car,
Yeah.
like
So,
you get a
so if you don't,
discount for
so
safe
if you don't,
driving.
yeah. So if you don't have that though, there's somebody like me is never going to get that. I won't do it.
It's going to be mandated. I'm going to, now this is just my opinion. I'm going to guess that everyone's going to be issued one of these things, whether you have Progressive or Geico or State Farm or whatever. Whoever has car insurance is going to get one of these. And what are you going to do? Drive around illegally without car insurance?
No, but I don't see them doing that for every. It's what makes that company stand out a little bit. Not all of them do it, certainly. I don't see them all doing that. It's a huge expense for them to take on.
Sure, it is. But if it's by law, because Potato is putting it in action.
Well, if they're willing to give them a break some way, somehow, sure, to offset it. So use our money, our tax dollars, to get that done.
Well, either that or our premiums will go up with our car insurance, and that's how it gets paid for.
Yeah, that's possible. More likely.
There's probably going to be no more limited, bare balls minimum liability. Everybody's got to have full coverage now, that type of thing. Got to pay for it somehow. Like Larry just said, how long do you think we have until, something big, before it hits the fan?
Well, it depends on what that big is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're talking about the economy and money, I've always said, end of the year for the dollar, but end of winter for people to notice and realize that you're not going to be able to buy food without that QR code, and you're not getting that QR code unless you get this little thingamajig.
Right. But what are they going to do with somebody like me who has medical exemption? I don't have a QR code.
Yeah.
Or do I get a different QR code because I have medical exemption?
Provided you can show that and they accept that, because I think in many ways they'd probably say that's, I don't know, I'm just guessing here, spitballing an idea, that it may keep you from being bothered too much, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can buy food without the QR code. If there's no other system, because they've taken this current system down and they go over to QFS, which we all know they're doing, right? There is no other way to do it. So unless you have that, and I don't see them giving it to you because of a medical exemption or a religious exemption. Either one.
Well, religious exemptions, from what I understand, are not holding water.
Correct. So, I don't expect that religious exemptions are going to matter to this administration. They don't care.
Right. Lisa had a question. She said, Trish, what country, in your opinion, will be the last one standing, or group of countries? Yikes.
You're not going to like my answer.
And just tell the truth. That's what we're known for anyway.
In my opinion, the ones that are willing to do anything to survive. The ones that are willing to do anything. It won't be Israel. We all know that. It won't be Australia. The ones that are willing to do anything to survive. Yeah. Blue rose. Yeah. And I think China has a fair chance. So the answer, Russia. They're willing to do anything to survive. They have in the past.
Yeah. Thank you, Larry. The Pope signed something about this. Papal decree, one world religion. Center plans unveiled in New York to break ground soon. Papal decree.
Yep. Correct. And the fact that he or the next one, not him, but is set to be the leader of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've always said when the new Pope enters, right? When the new Pope shows up, there's going to be a lot of changes. Did a video on that one too, remember? I wasn't just tossing ideas out there. None of them are good. And none of us like saying it, but it's correct.
Yeah, Michelle, you're right. Revelations unfolding right before our very eyes. And Terry, yeah, you know what? I'm Catholic too, okay? I'm born and raised, right? Went to Catholic school and all right? So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm saying it's like it's when it's right there in front of your face and, you know, we can see it. How nobody else can see it? It's like, how are you not seeing what we're seeing? Are we the only ones? We can't be. We can't be.
No, we're not. There are people that are seeing it, and I know quite a few people that are talking about it now, and they're trying to wake others up. Excuse me. But people have to want to be awake. They really do. They have to want to hear this. Yeah, they're not mentioning that they're in denial. They're not just in denial. They don't want to hear it. They want things to go back to normal. Well, they can want all they want. Doesn't mean they're going to get it. Yeah.
No, Nicole, you're right. Not everyone can build an ark, but I do have a really great mechanic. And if you go to Consumer Car Care in Spring Hill, Florida, and use my code ABG, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, he'll build you an ark because he's building me one. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. But yeah, I don't know how nobody else is seeing what.
Yeah. In relation to that, let me just say this. You know, going back to the ark mentality, right? At a certain point, Noah had to close that door.
I know.
Right? And that could not have been easy. So I guess what I'm saying is at a certain point, we have to close the door. And I hope that's not for a while yet. I'm starting to wonder. So,
you know, it's going to come down to that for a lot of us. Even though we're not closing the door to our ark, we're going to have to close the door to our homes.
That's what I mean. That is your ark.
We have been putting this message out, just like you, me, and everyone here. in this chat, okay? There's 513 people in this chat right now, okay? Well, there's all going to have to come a time when we've been trying to get the word out. Prepare, 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 prepare. If you haven't started preparing now, and if you haven't heeded these warnings now, please don't come knocking on my door. I have shut the door. I am done. Now, will we make exceptions? Sure. But to the people that we've been pretty much talking to until we were blue in the face, and they've all said the same thing. That'll never happen. That'll never happen. That'll never happen. That'll never happen. And then when it does happen, and they say, oh no, she was right. We should have listened. We have no food. We have no water. We have no supplies. But maybe if we go to Cyanne's house or Lisa's house or Terry's house or Tara's house or April's house or Joan's house, or, okay, maybe she'll let us in. Maybe she'll feed us. Or maybe he'll feed us. Maybe Dave will feed us. You go to their house. We tried to tell you. Why didn't you listen?
So
Now,
I
there
think
may be
most
something we can work out. You know, one hand washes the other, that type of thing. Bartering system. But that's not always going to work.
right. And I think most people on here are listening, but are the people that they deal with daily listening.
That's what I'm referring to. It's not that they're not listening, because they are listening. Because if they weren't listening, they wouldn't be here to begin with.
Mm.
Yeah, sweet and spicy, their heads are in the clouds. Because the only thing that they're worried about is buying the newest iPhone or buying the newest Dooney and Burke purse or purchasing whatever else shit garbage is in the newest issue of Vogue. Okay? I mean, I know none of us really watch the news. But have they turned on the damn news lately? Have they seen what the hell is happening on the Canary Islands with La Palma? That, to me, right there would concern the hell out of me.
Yep.
It's not just, oh, look at the pretty lights in the lava trickling down. No, run, damn it, run, you know? No.
Yeah. Just the idea of, we talk about putting up stuff for other people to the degree that you can, so that when you have to say, this is all I have, but I'll give it to you, you need to really say it and be very convincing that that's all you have. Right? Because you don't want them coming back for more.
Exactly.
I just know that there's going to be a lot of people that are unwilling to say, I'm sorry, but I can't. Hopefully you say it in a different way. Hopefully you say it in such a way that they think that you don't have it. But there's going to be a lot of people that are even unwilling to do that. That they continuously give it out to their detriment. I believe in the prayer of multiplication, honestly. That's worked for me my whole life. But you do have to watch what you do. when you hand out the last of what you've got, or you're splitting it, dividing it, just make sure you know what you're doing and who you're giving it to. Well, the reasons why behind it. I have a hard time turning away anybody that's hungry. And I know that'll be a huge challenge for me.
Right. But that's as of right now. Well, there's still food in the stores while food is still accessible.
Yeah.
There could come a time, I'm not saying yes, it's gonna happen, but there could come a time when food is no longer accessible, when you can't just go to Walmart and buy whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
There could come a time and you're going to have to shut that door and say, sorry, Charlie. I mean, I hate to be that jerk, but it's either you or them. Who you picking? I'm sorry, but I'm going to pick to feed myself and my son and my husband and my mother over the people down the street who didn't make the effort and heed the warnings.
Yeah, I know it's going to be a tough one for me. I just know, and I think that's why I'm putting up so much. You know, gardening is going to become an absolutely crucial thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely crucial.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if you have a way to barter, okay, say there's a handyman and you need something fixed, whether it be plumbing issue, electrical issue, or you need something fixed, like something on your roof fixed, or whatever the case may be. Have them fix it and give them a day worth of food, or 2 days worth of food, or 3 days worth of food. We've had this conversation. But then you got to wonder, are they going to keep coming back?
Yeah. Yeah. And ideally you wouldn't give it to them at your home anyway.
No.
Ideally, if you're going to help somebody, you'd bring it somewhere else.
Right.
You know, deliver it to them at that point. I would. They don't, you know, I mean, unless they're family and they know where you live anyway. But I wouldn't be bringing people to your house.
No.
Sweet and spicy, mentioning people getting food from food pantries, and when they don't like it, they throw it away. Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that.
Mm-hmm.
I see it every week. Every week. For those of you that don't know it, I help out at one of the local food pantries, and you know that's one of the things we do is make sure people get food. No income requirement, no nothing. They don't require any of that stuff. It show up and we'll load you up. So just the idea that they'll turn around and sell it, or turn around and use it for barter in some way, shape, or form. I don't have as much of an issue with them using some things for barter, because I think if you know, I mean, we're going to do that too, to be honest with you. I think we're going to be bartering some food for that, and I think that's fine. Use what you have any way you need to. But the idea of turning around and getting it from a pantry to begin with, and then turning around and selling it for cash. Yeah, I have an issue with that. But everybody's different. But some people will use food for barter at some point, and I think if you have enough and you know you need something else for a portion of it, then there's no reason why you can't. Terry, do I think it's too late to move to a homestead type property? No, I don't. You know, find one that you like. You know, if you want to email me about that, I'll tell you what I'm doing. what I'm looking at. If you have the opportunity to do that, it's a good time to do it. I understand prices are high right now, but you got to look at where you are covered and where you're not. Owning land, being able to grow your own food and have a homestead, never a better time for it. Probably would have been better maybe 5 years ago and have it up and running right now, but I'd still do it. R2D2 mentioned Jesus said to feed the hungry and the poor. Yeah, that's why we do it. But it comes down to, at the end of the day, with what we're talking about for a scenario happening, people aren't going to have enough for themselves if they don't heed the warning and take action. But so many people are living week by week as it is. You can only take so many actions, right? I mean, there are some people that are set up well enough financially to be able to stock up. Most are not. So it's going to be a tough one. Yeah, feed the hungry and the poor, yes, but not the lazy and the entitled. Thank you. Very good point. Even the lazy and the entitled need to wake up. They have to. Otherwise, it's like rowing a boat upstream, right? In really thick, muddy water. You're going to constantly be feeding them. As they say, teach them to fish and not necessarily give them the fish, right?
Yeah.
So as far as the garden goes, we're looking at doing one here for next year. And I'm looking forward to it, actually. I think it will be a good added bonus here that's well needed. So any of you that haven't yet, you might want to think about it for spring. And, as we're watching the dollar tank, it's inevitable that it's going to happen. You're going to be relying on your gardens more and more and more. Somebody was asking recently about my seed bank that I ordered. I have heard that it's been shipped, but no, I don't have it yet. So when I do, I'll be unveiling it here. So also wanted to let you guys know before we close, Autumn and I talked about something the other day, and I'm trying to decide how I do this, but so I made a couple of notes because it was easier for me. So you all know we're doing the newsletter. We're doing it to get information out to you guys that we can't always get out on here. We're going to be doing the next one for October coming up. I don't have a date for it yet, but we're assembling it as we speak. There are going to be 2 of them. 2 newsletters. So first one, as we dubbed ABG and T, this one is strictly T, although you can put stuff in there if you want to. But this one I've had requests for. People want one from the financial side. It's going to include everything from stocks, bonds, insurances, mortgages, the dollar itself, you name it, it's going to include it. Cryptocurrency, everything across the board. I'm going to do it once every quarter. I believe the very first one is going to go out in October, but I'm not done with it yet, so I'm not going to give you a date. It's going to go out free to everyone who is a yearly subscriber to the ABG&T newsletter. So the first one that ABG&T did, everybody that's on the yearly will get it absolutely free. You're automatically enrolled, so you will get it. It may not come out on the same date as the October newsletter for ABG, but you will get it. You're automatically enrolled. With regard to Let me think here. Hold on. So anybody else, I'm just not sending it out. You've got to be a yearly member for ABG&T. So if you want to sign up for Autumn's newsletter, it's $55 for the year. You're getting 1 month off. It's $5 a month. So you're getting 1 month off if you sign up for the year. So anybody that's already on it for the year, you get my newsletter for free automatically. Anybody else, you got to be on the yearly to get it. And we're doing it for a lot of reasons. This is going to save you money in the long run. So it will save you money ultimately on the yearly. Not initially maybe, but over time it will. Also, one other thing that we're going to be doing, and you know, we've had a lot of questions with regard to inventory. People have asked me about doing something slightly different for prepper inventory. So I have something that I've come up with, and I'm still refining it a little bit, but for the most part, it's done. It's a small flash drive that's going to be offered to people. And that flash drive is going to include a number of different folders. One of those folders is for prepping inventory. Another one of them is for precious metals. Another one is for insurance paperwork, insurance papers, and safe, meaning keeping track of the inventory in your safe, as well as photos, as well as maps to your local area, as well as a folder for stores and your local prices, as well as one for other important papers, another folder for your bug out bag, and one for your get home bag. So each one of these folders within this little flash drive is a spot where you can keep track of your inventory for those items separately, offline, completely unhackable, not connected to the cloud in any way, shape, or form. So with regard to it, when it's done and put together, like I said, I still have a little bit more refining that I'm doing on it. Anybody that's on the newsletter for ABG&T, it's going to be $40 for the flash drive. $5 off for anybody that's on the yearly newsletter, so it's down to $35. And then if you want two of them, of course, they'd be $70, right? We're knocking it down to $60, taking an additional $5 off of each. So what is this little flash drive? It's an inventory system set up for you that you own and hold in your hand. And you can take this and, you know, if you want to do multiple copies, you can, but put one in your safe or put one in your bug out bag and have one at home. So for a one-time cost of $60, if you're getting two, or $40 and be on the newsletter, you get one for $35. So we'll discuss it a little bit more as I finish refining it. But basically it's an inventory system where you never have to pay for it again. And it's very simple, but it's on a flash drive. For that, there's going to be no shipping in any way, no cost for shipping in any way, and we'll ship anywhere. So I just wanted to let you guys know about it. But it's just one way to be able to keep your inventory secret and safe. So I'm working on that. It'll be done, I believe, by November. So if it's something that you guys are interested in, you can shoot me an email and let me know if you're interested in it or not. And for one individually being on the newsletter, you get it for $35. But you can also get another one for a friend or family member if you want to. So I wanted to mention that to you guys.
Jean, I'm sure I did, honey. You mailed it out a month ago. You sent me a card. I'm sure I did. Where's the emails? I haven't seen them.
Somebody mentioning my volume isn't that great. I don't know.
Yeah, our volume keeps going up and down because apparently someone likes to
All right.
Yeah.
I haven't had an issue with the volume here so far today, which is surprising. So anyway, like I said, the flash drive is just a very simple inventory system that you can use, track all of your inventory on there, and add and delete as you see fit. But it's going to have a lot of different folders in there to keep everything consolidated and in one space. And if you want to make additional copies of it, you can. So.
Oh, yes, I did get that. Okay. Yes, Jean. Yes, I did. Okay. Yes, I did get it.
All right. I know we're at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
You guys have anything else you want to toss at us? You're more than welcome to. Yeah, Stephanie, as far as my email goes, like I said, I have not had a chance this last week. So anything from last Friday to now, I'll be getting to it on the weekend. Just so you know. If it's prior to that, I have answered everything I have. So send it to me again if you need to.
Are you serious? Ban everything? They're deleting all of your comments? What the hell? But that isn't the first time I've heard that. They're they're deleting videos now. They're deleting channels now, you know.
Well, yeah.
It's not surprising. Regarding Evergrande, they'll have no choice but to declare martial law eventually, right?
No, martial law has nothing to do with Evergrande, really. I mean, they will declare force majeure. Yes.
Okay.
Martial law is a different subject.
Can I do cooking? Yes, I cook. Yeah. 111107 asks, could I do cooking? Can I cook? Yes, I cook. Oh, cooking videos. Sure.
Mm.
Yes, I do have a backup channel. Can one of my mods go get the link for my backup channel, please?
Anyway, all right. We're getting the same questions over and over here. So, anyway, we'll see what lies ahead. But keep your head on a swivel. You know.
Mhm.
Don't forget. Get a couple of these. If you don't have any, get a few.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, you know what, dirty white boy, you're a better cook than I am. So he does barbecue like a son of a gun. Oh my God. Yeah. All right. All right, guys. Good night. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Yeah. Keep prepping. Fear less. Ciao.
Good night.